ฮัลโหล
ฮัลโหลครับจะลุยอ่ะmấtครับจะลุยอ่ะ
một ngàn tí đấy nhỉ. ว่างกันนี่คืออย่าง
ฮัลโหล Hello. No.
Where you going?
Just walking.
Ah, but good for you, not good for me.
Okay.
It took around 1 hour. You see the pallet closed now, sir? See you again in the morning. You see the pallet closed now.
Where can we find bread and like grilled meat?
From the top.